So we're here at this rally for people to express opposition to the Koch brothers buying Tribune. What do you think are the prospects? It seems like deregulation of media ownership has had a lot of momentum in this country. What are the prospects actually? How do you evaluate them of rolling back? If they want to own newspapers, can they be stopped?
Gosh, we're just here to talk about our personal experience and our film, Citizen Koch, being censored because of the mere presence of David Koch as a trustee of and donor to WNET.
Yeah.
And we know that because public television officials didn't want to displease David Koch, they spiked our film. If they can, if David Koch has that kind of influence, just because he's a contributor, a high-dollar contributor, I just can't imagine the kind of influence he'd have as an owner in terms of the distortion of the public dialogue.
And look, newspapers are shrinking. The corporate ownership of newspapers and the aggregation of... We've seen newspapers just fall by the wayside for the last 25, 30 years. They're sort of a dying breed. And I think the last thing we want is for newspapers and for the journalists who write for them and who report for them to be not to be able to operate freely. To have to be subjected to the influence and please the ideologically driven owners of papers. Now, the Kochs have really very, very well documented the effectiveness to which they deploy money to shape the public message to their liking. And so they're very good at this. Yeah. And it just seems like newspapers, the institution of newspapers and American journalism shouldn't be corrupted by that.
One more question. I believe, if I have my facts straight, David Koch subsequently stepped down off the board of WNET, right? He was so upset by the whole thing. Is public television better off without David Koch now?
He's still on the WGBH board, so he's still a major presence on one of the flagship stations for public television, WGBH, and he still contributes to Nova, I believe, their big science series. So I do believe the people of New York are better off without having him in a governance role of our public broadcasting station. Yeah, absolutely.
We believe that public broadcast, with public financing for public broadcasting, there's at least some accountability for how they do their business, and so unfortunately, over the last few decades, there's been a big push to defund public broadcasting, and somebody's got to step in and take up the slack. And so we'd love to see that trend reversed, and we think that David Koch taking his money and stepping down from the board is a good step in that direction.
Great. Well, thank you very much.